today we're going to do something a little different, and if people like it, if it gets some views, or not even a lot of views, if the people who do see it, if they like it, and there's some comments and likes and some conversation about it, I'm going to do it for different toy lines. McFarlane, Mezco, I collect everything. Super 7, Mattel, vintage toys, new toys, Mythic Legions. There's nothing I haven't collected, and there's nothing that there isn't anything that I don't have two of to where I can compare. So today we're gonna do Super 7. I've been talking about them a lot lately, and their prices have went up. I noticed the new line for the Turtles, the one that stuck out. The guy, the freaking Batman looking guy. I'm losing my mind here. He was $75, where a similar figure that they made, Muckman and Joe Eyeball, was $55. So here we are, not even a year later, and Wingnut and Screwloose, who look great, by the way, but they're $75. So that's why Super 7 is on my brain. But these two guys, and I have had every Super 7 TMNT figure up until this latest wave that had like the Surfing Michelangelo, and I think Scumbug was in there, or Anthrax, I forget. I have every one. These two are the cream of the crop, as Macho Man used to say. They are the best, and I'll tell you why. There's little details. If you look at Rocksteady here, this right here, I don't know if it's not cloth, but it's like the same material as like a military belt. Same exact material. That's a nice little detail. The paint apps look great. You see this pink from the original figure kind of faded in or blended in nice. They took so much, like, when you see this quality, you would think anything you bought from this company, except for like Reaction, that's debatable. You would think anything you bought was just top of the line. These are gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. There's so much minor details. There's so many little details. You bring up Bebop here. These little buttons all are painted nice. You can see everything on there. You see the Foot Clan symbol on the back. These two guys are gorgeous. If you are, and they fit in decent with. Let me grab a NECA Turtle real quick. So if you have NECA Turtles, I mean, that's a little too big. Yeah, I'll crush him. Too big. But whatever. They're just cool figures to have on their own. I mean, I don't know. If you want giant Hulk-like guys to fight, as there's a bike rally outside my apartment, I don't know. It's not so bad. But if you're just a Turtle fan, I would say if you had to get any Super 7 Turtle stuff, make sure it's these two. They are the best. And now we're going to talk about the worst. Okay, so at first glance, they look like two cool, handsome, there's our word again I use, handsome figures to have in your collection. But when you really get in there and look at these figures, they were better off just being statues. This Cheetara, who they have separate heads for her to run, and she can't, because nothing Super 7 does is double jointed. That's about as good as you're going to get for a running pose. Makes no sense. The head isn't a good head sculpt. She still has a weird body. Like, I don't understand the point of this twist right underneath the breast there. It looks awkward. I know she doesn't wear a belt, so you couldn't have it there, but I think Brian talked about not having like an ab crunch to not compromise the way the sculpt look, but the sculpt doesn't look that great. Look at this head sculpt. That head sculpt is, if you know what Cheetara looks like, Cheetara is an attractive cartoon character, an attractive character in itself. Even no one draws Chitara ugly. There's paint issues all over the place. There's spots missing. It's just a miss. It's a misstep. If you're not familiar with Chitara, I don't know how old you are. Just Google any image of Chitara. It'll not look like this. This is just an ugly female figure. Very ugly. It's like it just exists. You saw the detail with Rocksteady and Bebop, and it was their own kind of... Look at he just fell. I'm glad he did fall, even though I'm doing a lot of crap up here and shaking this. This figure, he is fun. Like, I don't even care about the Robin Hood cartoon, but I saw this figure at a toy show, and a guy gave me a good price. And I'm like, that's just... Look at that pimp. He got the rings, the crown. Now, this guy has no ab crunch whatsoever, and he doesn't have a waist. I don't know what's going on underneath this. It's all one hard mold. You are better off just simply continuing with this hard mold and just keeping no art. If these ankles and knees weren't articulated, you wouldn't care, you wouldn't know. But they are. For what reason? What is he going to do? He's not going to do anything because there's nothing at the waist. There's no ab crunch. He can't sit down. So these joints are so loose right out of the box, and I can't see them. I think it's just an issue with this figure because his feet are so big. It's just a bad design. You think because with them big feet he wouldn't fall. He does. Every day this figure falls on me. These toy companies, when they want to charge you $55 for a figure, they know that a word that triggers collectors and toy collectors in a positive way is articulation. Okay, that's why that Snarf is $55 that's coming out, because it's articulated, and they think they can get away with it because you see articulation, 30 points, 25 points. It just triggers something in our mind, like, oh, there's value in articulation. There isn't. The value is in the mold and in the sculpt, and that is there, but it's ruined by bad articulation. This guy falls every single day. I am just going to probably glue the ankles and the knees. I can go further with some more stuff. I think that the Thundercat line, I think they got the line and started making Thundercat stuff. And like, he looks good right there, but he's got weird like dirt paint in there. I know people have gone over it. He has an unfinished elbow. Those things didn't bother me that much. You know, a lot of people complain about this guy, and I almost was going to put him in here with Chitara, but he's not as bad as people make him out to be. And it looks kind of cool, but he can stand. That's what's important. Everything is tight. Everything is tight on that guy. Nothing bothers me more than loose floppy joints. I'm not flopping around, but I'm telling you, I have no reason to lie to you. These things are so loose. So that was best of Super 7 and the worst of Super 7. If you have a figure from Super 7 that you think is awful or deserve to be up here more than these two figures, let me know in the comments. If you totally disagree with me and you think everything I said was complete poppycock, tell me that as well. Anyone you want to see next time comparison? Only thing I don't have a lot of is imports. The price is just too high. Over to collect Mezco and Mythic Legions and some Hot Toys. I think next I'm going to do Marvel Legends or maybe McFarlane, because McFarlane, I'm telling you, he has some really amazing figures. If I could just give you a preview, I'm surrounded by so many toys. I mean, say what you want about that movie and Ben Batfleck. That's a gorgeous figure. Maybe he'll be in my best, and who knows what'll be in the worst for McFarlane. Till next time, have fun, enjoy collecting. If it's not fun, why bother, right?